Welcome everyone to the Dome in Bluefield, Virginia, where tonight we have the Battle of the Bluefields between Bluefield State and the Bluefield College Rams. Hello everybody, Bailey Angle here. Glad to have you with us once again on the Rams Digital Sports Network. Well, the Bluefield College Rams, to put it lightly, folks, have had a way better season than Bluefield State. Big Blues coming across from the West Virginia border, 0-13, including a 3-set loss to the Rams a couple of months ago, while Bluefield looking very good going into the AAC tournament coming up in the next week or so, but concluding their home schedule here tonight against their cross-border rival Bluefield State. Next couple of days they're going to face off against Tennessee Wesleyan before the AAC conference tournament starting on Thursday, November 9th over there in Kingsport, Tennessee. But glad to have you with us here as the Rams come into this match with a record of 22-11, while Michaela Hurst will start things off here, setting it up with a serve. Tipped over and a block. Lexi Austin and Lexi McCarskey starting off things well. Two seniors possibly playing in their final match here at the Dome. Of course, the Rams, if they don't make the NAIA tournament, do have a chance of hosting in the NCCAA. Well, out of bounds again. Bluefield up by 2. The Rams did have their senior weekend a couple of days ago when they absolutely throttled Appalachian Bible College as well as Christendom College. That is almost over the net, knocked around and back for the Big Blues. Smacked over, and a point, first one of the night, will go to Nogueira Nunez, the senior from Brazil. Well, Bluefield State, a Division III school, 0-13. The young head coach in Megan Dillion has a lot of connections with Bluefield College. Back for Shaver. Smacked by McCarskey. Point Rams. So now it's 2-1, or 3-1 rather. Shaver to serve again, maybe one of the more loose cannon servers for Bluefield College because of all that power she puts on it. Back over the net. What a dig by Johnson. In the air and over the net. Good move on the play, but still out of bounds despite the efforts of Jelena Jevcik from Serbia. Set over to Nunez, and she palmed the ball, so now another point for the Rams, who are currently coasting 5-1. Happy Halloween, everybody. You see some fans, looks like a lot of the baseball players encouraged to dress up. One of them pretty hilariously dressed as our athletic director here at Bluefield College, Mike White, as a point lands inside. I mean, it's a spitting image. I thought it was him when he walked in. First ace of the night will go the Big Blues way, courtesy of Adeline Yakim, or Jacob rather, from Burlington, Wisconsin. Yakim will continue to serve. In the air for McCarskey on the outside. Nunez. There's McCroskey. And another assist for the all-time assist leader in Bluefield College history. Just passed that a couple of days ago in the dominating 3-set win over Christendom College. Trying to set up Nunez. There's the set. Back for McCarskey. Another set. Johnson's turn. And the senior from Little River, South Carolina, will have another point. Rams have enjoyed this season. Buddy Gallimore in another year of having success for Bluefield College. That all-important AAC tournament coming up. Straight in the air from Shaver. Back to Johnson. Can't get it over the net. Another point going the Rams' way. Well, they did dominate a few months ago when they played over in West Virginia as McCarskey sails one past the back border. In non-conference play, the Rams really have thrived, especially a couple of days ago. Serve coming up for Noguera Nunez. And she powers an ace. Off the hands of Makarski. And something that has actually worked for the Rams in these past couple of matches, when they do make mistakes like that, they have already accumulated such a high lead as the ace is followed by a service error. Well, Katie Kendrick in. Michaela Hurst out of Texas out. Now the sophomore from Prestonburg, Kentucky will anchor the middle of the net. Service error by Lexi Austin. 9-6 the score, Big Blues. Just down by 3, looking for an upset and their first win of the season. Served by DeVoe. Johnson. DeVoe with a dig. Nunez off the net, 4 hits. Bluefield with another point. Something that is also you can talk about for the Bluefield College Rams. The energy has been there. Lexi Makarski, Ellen Johnson, as well as Caitlin Shaver and Lexi Austin, few seniors to note, have been absolutely positive for Bluefield. It's a lot of confidence. Tipped around, and Ellen Johnson smacks another point through. Bluefield enjoying an 11-6 lead. Here's Camry McCroskey coming out of Narrows. Knocked back in. Nunez. Set. Spike for Johnson. Drilling it into the hard court. 12-6 Rams. Got a few things coming up on the Rams Digital Sports Network. Basketball tomorrow. First men's basketball game of the year here at the Dome. Rams will take on Ohio Christian, so fans be sure to tune into that. Out of bounds again. Timeout called by Megan Dillion of Bluefield State. Bluefield up 13-6 here on the Rams Digital Sports Network. Rams enjoying a 7-point lead, 13-6 for Camry McCroskey. Serve out of the timeout. Katie Kendrick, what a powerful hit, but dug out. Set Kendrick again. It just will not go. Katie Shaver. Out of the back line, Bluefield up 14-6. Oh, another serve for Camry McCroskey. Pushed over, looking for the back corner, just a bit too far. Now 14-7. And the serve going back to the Big Blues. It'll be Jeff Titch's turn. Powerful serve over to Lexi Austin. Johnson keeps the ball alive. Trying for Wewald. Over to Shaver. Yes, down the line. Too much for Nunez. Now 15-7 for Ellen Johnson. Hope the family is watching today. Got to meet them a couple of days ago when they came for senior weekend. Very nice people, as well as Lexi Austin's mom. Over the back line, another point. Johnson will wrap up her Rams career as one of the better outside hitters this program has ever seen. Recently got to the 1,000 kill club earlier on this season. McCroskey. Kept alive by Austin. Looked like she was trying to target Katie Kendrick. Another point for the Rams, though. Ellen Johnson continuing to serve. Other news around Bluefield College, the women's soccer team just won their first round of the AAC tournament today. Another point landing inside for the Rams over St. Andrews. That was 3-1, just wrapping up before we got here. So they will move on and face Bryan. Set. And the communication not there for the Big Blues. Now Austin. Straight up for Johnson. Punch the ball over. Blocked. Whistle and a point for Bluefield State. Now Jesse Rewald, Canadian with the serve. A lot of foreign players on this Big Blues team as Lexi Austin smacks the ball right in front of that back line. 20-8 the score now. Now Michaela Hurst out of Fort Worth, Texas, subbed in and now will serve. Here's the set. Over the block, Bluefield can't keep it up. Now the libero's turn, Casey Spencer, a Bluefield, Virginia native. Set. Spike for Shaver. Up in the air again. Cross court to McCarskey. Rattles it home, but just out of bounds off of the pole. Few consecutive points coming up for the Big Blues. McCroskey again, Austin. Off the fingertips, point Rams. Shaver again. You see that service error, point Bluefield State. Serve for Adeline Yakim. McCarskey, what a dig. Still, though, a sliding effort from Brittany DeVoe right off of her back of her hand. So now a point for Bluefield. 22-11. And Lexi McCarskey out of Arizona, parents in town. Whistle and another point for the Rams. 23-11. So just two away from a dominating set one victory for Bluefield State, or for Bluefield College, rather. Here's the set. Blocked. Lexi Austin throwing up the hands. And now set point coming up for Bluefield. Over the net. Kept alive by McCroskey. Johnson. Over again, another block, and Bluefield wins set one. 25-11, a dominating showing for the Rams, and we'll be right back in just about 3 minutes with the start of set two. Rams up 1-0 here on the Rams Digital Sports Network. Back here on the Rams Digital Sports Network, Bluefield quickly up 1-0 after taking set one, 25-11. Once again, folks, this is a Bluefield State team that has not won a game yet this season, while Bluefield coming in with a record well over 500, over 20 wins on the season. As Hurst pops the ball up over to McCarskey. And really, you saw there in set one where Bluefield mixed it up to the point where just about everybody had 2 kills. Lexi Austin trying to add another, but what a dig. Set. Spike coming from McCarskey. A bullet in the back corner. And she's trying to go all out and possibly could be her final match here at the Dome in front of a home crowd. Here's Shaver. Set. And a point coming for Brittany DeVoe, senior from the Bahamas. Substitution, and now Adeline Jaquim coming in, the freshman. To the back for Johnson. Another tip over. Bluefield kept the ball alive. What an effort. Knocked around. Middle of the net. Point Rams. Devastating move by Camry McCroskey, who looked like she was going for the set and then tipped the ball over. Smack. Bluefield tried to keep the block alive, but instead it'll be a point for Nunez. Now 3-2 Rams. Spike from McCarskey. Another point for Bluefield State. All tied up 3-3. Austin. Point Bluefield. Now 4-3 Bluefield College. Once again, folks, coming up in a couple of days, they will have their final conference match on the road of the year against Tennessee Wesleyan. That's before Bluefield starts up their tournament next week. AAC trying to get a bid into the NAIA tournament. Oh, Doig now in. What a point. Great job by the Big Blues, knotting it up once again at 4-4. Serve for DeVoe. Rocket serve and an ace. So now 5-4 Big Blues after Bluefield took set one 25-11. Another serve for the native of the Bahamas. Here's McCroskey targeting Johnson. Wow, what a kill. Rams tie it up again, 5-5. Now McCroskey. Knocked around, back to Nunez. Bumped up by Austin. McCarskey. Knocked over. Setting up Shaver. Off of the block. A point for the Rams and the lead going back to BC. 6-5 Bluefield over Bluefield State. Well, these teams separated by just about a few miles. Bluefield State and downtown Bluefield, West Virginia. We're here in Bluefield, Virginia. The Dome just about 50 feet away from the West Virginia border. Over the net and another point for Ellen Johnson. Now 7-5, Camry McCroskey. And the setter sends the ball over. Wow, what a kill right off the chest of McCroskey. Jesse Rewald, the senior from Nelson, British Columbia. Well, she put the Big Blues back within one. Serve ensuing for Jeptich. Right in. Bluefield olayed that. Thought it was going to go over. And another ace in a tied ball game here in set two. Jeptich to continue to serve. Setting up Shaver. Off the fingertips and saved by Nunez, but into the bleachers. Right off the fingers of Dr. Flowers. A little bit more contentious here in set two. We saw Bluefield really coast to a 25-11 victory, but now the Big Blues looking for a win. And they get a point. Rewald anchoring a point off of the block. Now 8-8. Here's the set. Over to Shaver. Perfect. Whistle and a substitution. Michaela Hurst jogs back in for Bluefield for the serve, replacing Katie Kendrick. Bluefield still without their libero Paige Fisher. Set. Good spike. Another point for the Big Blues. 9-9. Way over. Service error, and Bluefield will get the lead right back. 10-9 here in set two. Oh, that's just pitiful. Rewald right off of her wrist. Couldn't send the ball over the net. Just been that type of season for them. Another chance at it. Out. Point Rams. Bluefield up 12-9 over Bluefield State. Bluefield State, a public school. Usually founded as an HBCU. 13-9 Rams now. And another timeout for the Big Blues. Rams up 13-9 here in set two after already leading 1-0 here in this cross-border match on the Rams Digital Sports Network. Bluefield gets another point right out of the timeout. It is now 14-9 Rams, up 5 after the timeout from the Big Blues head coach Megan Dillion. Also the softball coach, formerly the basketball coach as well. As Cameron McCroskey sets up Austin. Almost in the basket. Point Rams, 15-9. Speaking of the basket, once again, basketball here in the Dome tomorrow. Bluefield taking on Ohio Christian. You can catch that here on the Rams Digital Sports Network. Shaver sends the ball down the line. Another service error for the West Virginia native. 15-10 now the score. Women's basketball also opening up their season on the road tomorrow in Beckley against West Virginia Tech. Here's Makarski. Knocked around and out of bounds. 2 straight points for the Big Blues, 15-11. Service error over the line, point Rams. Now just 9 away from set 2. Set. Spike for Nunez, rather just a pushover. Cross court to Johnson. Sent over again and just over the line. Very close to a point, but too much power on the spike. Lexi Makarski will continue to serve for Bluefield College. DeVoe knocks the ball over. Now a quick set. Austin down the net. DeVoe dunks. Point Bluefield State now 17-12. They have kept this a little bit more respectable than set 1, where it was 25-11 there in set 1, while the Rams just up by 5 now. Nunez. Cross court Johnson off the block and off the head of Jevtich. Substitution. Mr. Lindoig now in, as well as Katie Kendrick in the middle of the net. Oh, Kendrick, glad she's not sick, especially after spending the entire night out in the rain as a member of the cheerleading squad. That Bluefield football win over Union. Quick block. Another whistle. Doig out. Austin back in. Now Brittany DeVoe will serve for the Big Blues. Hammers the ball into the net and a quick duck from Renelle Crenshaw, Bluefield, West Virginia native, that was in the middle of the net, and she had to duck because otherwise would have popped her right in the back of the skull. 18-13. Almost a dig from Casey Spencer. Another point for the Rams. Camry McCroskey, like we said, the all-time leader in assists in Bluefield history. Only in her junior season. Pretty impressive at that. Looking for another. Reland. Set. Spike from Shaver. Down the line. Point Rams. Blocked. Shaver as well as Kendrick providing the house. 22-13, Rams in command again. This was tied when it had originally started out. It looked like it was going to be neck and neck, Big Blues here in set 2, but after the timeout, the Rams finding all the momentum. Block. Out of bounds, though. And a point for Rewald. Serve coming up for Bluefield State. Jevtich with a grunt, but to no avail, right into the net. That's 2 away. Ella Johnson trying to command Bluefield to set 2. Set from McCroskey. Back for Johnson, but a whistle will stop that. 23-15. Jesse Rewald to serve again. In the air. Kendrick off the fingertips, and now Bluefield will serve for set point. Substitution, Michaela Hurst now jogs in. An ace here would give Bluefield a 2-0 lead. Now from the Texas native. Set. Knocked over from Crenshaw. Back to McCarskey. Another set. Spike. Over. But it was off of Bluefield, so a point for the Big Blues. That was close. Now Casey Spencer, the Bluefield native, will serve. Still set point for the Rams. Bump, set, spike from Shaver. Point Bluefield State. Another chance to sync it up. Point, Rams, off the block. Bluefield takes set two, 25-17. A little bit more competitive in that one, but the Rams just one set away from clinching this cross-border matchup when we come back on the Rams Digital Sports Network. Set three coming up here on the Rams Digital Sports Network. Bluefield looking good in the first two sets here at the Dome against Bluefield State, and they'll get point one. Good energy here on Halloween night at the Dome. A lot of the Rams baseball players dressed up. As Michaela Hurst will go for serve number 2. Over the back line, down in the paint. 1-1. Big Blues 0-13, looking for an upset, and it's going to be a tall task right here. Casey Spencer over the net. McCroskey for Austin. Set over to Shaver. 6th kill of the night for her. Now she's leading the way for Bluefield. Ellen Johnson right behind her with 5 kills. Another service error. Unfortunately, that is also something she is leading Bluefield in. A substitution, Yakim in. Over to Austin. Knuckle punch over, down the line and out. Another setup for Austin. Dig. McCarskey. Another point for the Big Blues, up 4-2. And this is really what happened in that second set as well. Just at the start, Bluefield State got a few quick points, had an early lead, and then they make mistakes like that, a service error for Yakim, and now Bluefield back within 1. And has the point and the serve right back. Back over to Johnson, off the block, point Rams. Possibly be the last time a lot of these players see action here at the Dome as McCarskey sends a serve into her own side of the net. A few seniors to note: Lexi Austin, Ellen Johnson, Lexi McCarskey, Caitlin Shaver, all out on the floor right now. Will not be Bluefield Rams next year. Service error again. Oh, a serve for Doig. Knocked around. Spencer. Looking for a re-wall right off the arms of Doig. Point Bluefield State. Whistle and a substitution. Spencer off and Crenshaw in. Serve for DeVoe, running up, a bullet over. Housed at the net by Crenshaw. The fresh substitution powers through the 7 point. Another serve for DeVoe, towing up to the line. Looking for Johnson. Straight in the air. Johnson again. Knocked around. Johnson with a chance. Perfect. Point Rams. Bluefield down by just 1. Another service error. There's 2 already here in this set. 8-6. Gotta remember, folks, a couple of months ago, these two teams faced on Bluefield State's home court. Rams won that one easily in 3 sets. Another whistle calling out the Rams. 9-6. That's the largest lead of the match for Bluefield State. There's Bluefield College already up 2-0. Straight in the air, Johnson blocked Possibly one of the best blocks of the night. Now a chance for Kendrick, rolls it over. Now 10-6, Bluefield State. And there really hasn't been any changes in the personnel for the Rams either. It's just been a change of the momentum so far as Jevtic sends the ball down the line. Quick for Kendrick. Wow. Shockwave and a point for the Rams. Down 3, Ellen Johnson gets the serve back for Bluefield College. Whistle and a point for Bluefield. McCroskey back to Shaver, punched over. Good point. Impressive by Jesse Rewald. Now 11-8. Now Bluefield State, any set could possibly be their last set of the season. Their season will end here tonight. An independent team does not have a conference as a service error sails over under the basketball hoop. 11-9, Michaela Hurst. Number 23 smacking the ball down, ready to serve with Bluefield down by 2. Back to Shaver, off the block, point Rams. Now Hurst continuing to serve. Bluefield looking to equalize here in set 3. Good serve. Now the set looking for Nunez. Almost a dig from Hurst, but the ball flattens on the floor. Service error. And it's the mistakes like that that puts Bluefield College right back into this set. Here's Katie Shaver. Set. Over the net from DeVoe. Lunging effort from Hurst. Back to McCarsky. Perfectly placed. Tied. Katie Shaver serving again. Over to Nunez with a right hand. Johnson, way too much. Actually off the fingertips, and a point for Bluefield College. Over to Nunez. Off the fingertips of Shaver. Point Big Blues. Tied again. 13-13. The Rams stormed back. It'll be a set, or serve rather, for Yakim. There's another service error for her. 14-13 Bluefield College here at the Dome. Rams looking to close out their home regular season schedule. The big win over Bluefield State as Nunez fails to get the ball over the block, point Rams. Well, 15-13 the score. Here's McCarsky. Set. Faltered on that point, Bluefield. 16-13 and a timeout called by Bluefield State. Rams up by 3 here in set 3, looking for their final home regular season win over the Big Blues when we come back on the Rams Digital Sports Network. Bluefield up 16-13 here on the Rams Digital Sports Network, looking for a win over Bluefield State as Lexi Austin will help with that. Point Rams. 17-13, and now, folks, this could possibly be our last broadcast for volleyball coming up for Bluefield. I just want to say to the folks listening at home, it's been a pleasure helping you get to see these young ladies play. Another point, 18-13. Basketball tomorrow, trying to plug that. Bluefield looking for their first win of the season to open up their schedule against Ohio Christian as the men take on a non-conference opponent here at the Dome. Another point for Bluefield, 19-13. Seems these timeouts have helped Bluefield College, even though they have all been taken by Bluefield State. They've helped the Rams more so than the Big Blues. In the air for Johnson. Out of bounds, and Nunez actually ducked through the net. 5 away from a quick one here. Here's Makarski. Barely over the net, but lands for an ace. Past the diving effort of Rewalt. Straight in the air again. Spencer. Rewalt. Over the back line, and this is starting to get ugly once again in set 3, 22-13. Lexi Makarski jumps and serves. Trying to get a little too cute on the shot from Jevtich. Had the fist balled up. Bluefield now 2 away. Another timeout called by Megan Dillion. Bluefield up by 10 and just 2 away from their final set victory here at home in the regular season when we come back on the Rams Digital Sports Network. Bluefield looking for a victory here. 23-13, DeVoe over the net. Back to Johnson with her left hand, kept alive by Austin. Hurst in the air. Johnson again. Nunez. Hurst and Makarski actually clump together out of the timeout for Bluefield State. They get a point. Now the Brazilian will serve for the Big Blues. Point. Bluefield State off of a rare ace. In the air, set from Makarski, back to Austin, the senior. Another error on the attack, and Bluefield will serve for match point, just 1 away. Whistle and a substitution, Kendrick in. Whistle Lindoy again to serve. DeVoe lands in. Impressive point for Bluefield State amongst the clapping in the crowd. Bluefield still just 1 away. Set from Makarski, spike from Johnson. Point Bluefield, Rams win in 3 sets over Bluefield State. Impressive, dominating victory as Bluefield College improves to 23-11. They'll hit the road to face off against Tennessee Wesleyan just 2 days from now in Athens, Tennessee, while Bluefield State wraps up their season winless. But a good one here tonight as the Rams win set 3, 25-16. So after improving to another victory, the Rams, like we said, 23-11. So for my cameraman Kawante Combs, my name is Bailey Engel, reminding you the final score. Rams win this one 3-0. And until next time, take it easy, Rams fans.